Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Selby. Welcome to Cloud Negative 9, where we discuss hip hop, fashion, and cultural narratives. Now, today we're going to have a quick, cool discussion about Cleotrapa and her stance on New York street style versus Southern street style. And I just think this is a really cool and it's a really important conversation that we need to have because it's always been a thing, that we was able to tell like where you from how you dress. And I just think that's an interesting take because now these days during the era of social media, it's just really hard to kind of distinguish where people are from because now everybody dresses alike. Right now, everybody kind of gets their style inspiration from Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else. So it's just now it's just really kind of hard to tell where people are from based off of that. So let's just jump right into it.
Just sitting here thinking, remember when we could tell where you bitches was from based off of how y'all dressed? How y'all dressed though? We knew exactly where y'all were from based off of how y'all dressed. And it went something like this. Down south bitches, y'all could never dress. It was never given, oh yeah, like we could tell a bitch can't dress. She from the south. She's from the south. Like the way she's dressing is giving southern. It always gave that. It always gave, all right, the way she's dressing is giving southern, like it's giving down south. That's how us up north people was looking at down south. Now the southerns is giving a northern. Like y'all are dressing like y'all from New York, which is cool. But don't act like y'all started something. Cause you bitches never gave swag. Cali, we knew y'all was from Cali based off of how y'all dressed too. Like we knew where everybody was from. And guess what? When you seen a New York bitch come through, you knew she was from New York because the swag was turned up. Swag was turned up. It was giving all the way, turned up, all the way. I like that you Southern bitches can dress now. Congratulations! But don't let that get to your head top. Because it always gave us. We always had the swag. We always had the swag. The New York girlies always had the swag.
Now, I'm not even gonna front. I do kind of understand where she was coming from, but I guess I understand where she was coming from because I'm originally from Queens, New York, but I've also grew up in Savannah, Georgia. So I see both sides of what she's saying. And I just think the way she said it was just very, very off putting. And it rubbed a lot of black women the wrong way, especially a lot of Southern black women. I gotta call you to the front of the congregation because you was dead wrong. Now, you was dead wrong because the way you said it and the historical context about it, because you not understanding that a lot of people who are from New York family is originally from the South. Like my grandparents on both sides of my family are from Georgia. And majority of my cousins are from Georgia. So at the end of the day, it's like you can't really just say that without you can't say that while being mad disrespectful. The way you said it was mad disrespectful. And it rubbed a lot of black women the wrong way because first of all, the real truth about it is that a lot of Southern women really don't look up to New York women's style. A lot of Southern people don't really look at New York style as like the flyest or the best. We New Yorkers look at our style the best. So yeah, Cleotrapa, it was really the way you said it and how the way you delivered it. It just really came off disrespectful, and I personally could see how a lot of black women from the South took it as disrespect. And unfortunately, you know, you're not Black American. And Cleo, that's where you went wrong at because everybody knows you. Everybody knows you're not Black American. Everybody knows you're from Staten Island. So everybody immediately started calling you out about it and basically saying that you're an anchor baby, you're a tether, all of this stuff that people describe children of immigrants who come to this country and who act like they don't know about black culture. But I can't even say act like, but you may not really know about black culture. But we got to teach you about it, and we got to let you know that you can't really come for our southern cousins, our southern brothers and sisters, and just act like it's gonna be all cool and dandy, because I mean you're gonna get called out about it, regardless of where black people are from. We stay on code. You know, we it's a hard thing for us to stay on code all the time, but when it comes to our cultural contributions to fashion, to style, to music, to, you know, the things that we really, really love and adore, you're not gonna get away with, you know, saying just anything. You know, I just feel like black people, we got to start schooling these people about our culture. We got to start telling people more about like who we are, where we come from, where our families are from, and we got to put more emphasis on it when it comes to our fashion, our music, you know, the stuff that we care about. We got to start teaching this stuff to them, because if we don't, they're going to be continuously just saying anything. You know what I mean? It could get mad annoying. It can get mad annoying, and it could be gaslighting, because it's like it feels like people who are originally not Black American can't just say anything about us and we not feel offended about it, because people cosplay and dress like us and dance like us and all of these things, like do all of these things like us, and then y'all turn around and then y'all do that. Y'all turn around and then y'all start talking about us having no culture, you know, not being able to dress, but you guys dress like us. And I know, you know, a lot of people feel like, oh well, we grew up in New York. You know, we grew up in New York. We grew up in around the, you know, we grew up around black people. We grew up, but it's not the same when it's your culture. You know what I mean? Like when it's your culture, you can't just be like acting like it don't mean nothing. And you can't act like nobody's not gonna check you about it, yo. We're gonna check you. So Cleotrapa and everybody else who's listening, please understand that Southern street culture, Southern street style, Southern style is heavy influenced by HBCU culture. And it really started with HBCU culture and youth culture of the 80s and of the 90s. You know, the people that were at Freaknik, the people who were at Orange Crush, and, you know, the people that was from Miami and Atlanta and Georgia, Savannah, and out of all of these HBCUs, all in the South, you know, starting from Delaware all the way down, trickling all the way down from Delaware. And you got to realize that you came for a lot of people, a lot of women when you said that. And it rubbed them the wrong way. So one, I want you to understand that Southern style is deeply, deeply rooted within not only the church, but also HBCU culture. Jordans, snapbacks, just the the epitome of streetwear culture reside from Southern street style and HBCU culture. Ralph Lauren, you know, brands like that, like you can't just come out here and just be wilding on it, because Southern culture influenced how the way we dressed. You know, our swag. It ultimately came from that. And if you want to talk about hair is a whole completely different story. I mean, the impact black women had on hairstyles in the early 90s, you know, mid 2000s, like black Southern women had it on lock when it came to beauty. So, you know, to just say their style is just like always was bummy and like they can't dress is it's just like disrespectful. Like you was wilding with that. And for everybody out there that, are not fully black American, y'all gotta understand why that was disrespectful, because streetwear, party culture is rooted within Southern street style. It's rooted with all of that. We come from the South. No matter how much family members we have in New York, no matter how much it seems like we're originally from New York, most black people who are from the North, black Americans, are originally from the South. Their roots are from the South. It don't matter how Southern it is or how Northern it is. We all from the South. Black Americans are from the South. That's just point blank period. So to say that, man, was just like kind of like a jack in the face to not just black women, black American women, but street style in a whole. Not even men's style or women's style, no, streetwear style in a whole. Black American streetwear was rooted in Southern America. Jordans. Think about the backdrops to the party cultures. Think about the chairs, the Black Panther chair, like all of that aesthetics. A lot of those aesthetics came from the South. When you get into New York street style and you start talking about like why New Yorkers are a lot more stylish, is because you got to think about hip hop too. Hip hop was extremely, extremely important when it came to fashion and it came to style. And hip hop in the late 80s, the mid 80s, early 90s, style became even more prominent. It can be even more about designer brands and designer labels. And New York was the place to be when it came to hip hop and mainstream hip hop. So when you think about that, it's like, dag, like, the style also came with it. They were wearing heavy gazelles and they had the real bamboos, and, they New Yorkers was just fly, because it was what was going on in New York at that time, and it put emphasis on it. I never forget the story that my moms used to always tell my sister and I about, like, the way her cousins would react to her when she came down south as a teenager from New York. And, they will always like be like, "Oh, Sweat, look at those gazelles. Like, those are real big, nice bamboo earrings. Like, oh, Sweat, y'all got color Reebok." Like, they will always kind of be like, like, "Oh, Sweat, like, look at what's your sneakers. Like, can I wear your sneakers?" And stuff like that. So I could understand where Cleotrapa was coming in when she was saying that, most New Yorkers give swag, that Southern people don't give swag compared to New Yorkers. Because in a sense, it is kind of partially true. New Yorkers do have more of a sense of innovation when it comes to their style of dress. But when it comes to the black community, hip hop had a lot to do with that emphasis on style, had that emphasis on designer, labels and glamour, and, just taking it further and taking it to another level. Oh yeah, Cleo. I just think that you were really misinformed, a bit uneducated. I could say just a little ignorant when it comes to Black American streetwear, style of dress. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I just fully don't agree with you, because I understand what you're saying. Because I'm a New Yorker as well. Like, I get it. I get it. Like, but what I also get is the fact that Black American street style, period, comes from the South, because we come from the South. That's just what it is. So yeah, I just hope that you learn from this lesson. I hope you do a little bit more fashion history when it comes to this topic. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this topic, but besides that, I'm really glad that this conversation was brought up, because again, like, it is kind of true with how you're able to identify people, like their style of dress, when like to see like where they come from, that I 100% agree with, because you don't be knowing now like where people are from, like at all. Like if you can't tell by the accent or anything else, it's really really hard to tell where people are from. And I feel like that's where I completely agree with her. Like now everybody dresses the same, to the point where you can't even identify like what, if somebody's from the East Coast or the West Coast no more. Like that's not even a thing about just like peeping somebody's swag and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, they from Philly, or oh yeah, like they just like they from DC, or you know, oh okay, I can kind of tell that's Cali swag. I just don't think that's a thing anymore. So yeah, Cleo, get a little bit more educated on Black American streetwear, because you dress like a Black American, and it's important that you acknowledge this, take it in, you know, and just move forward with a little bit more knowledge, class, and respect, because our Southern Black women deserve respect. Period. So let me know what y'all think. Did y'all think Cleo actually had a point, or do you think people took it too far? And do you think that Southern Black women actually admires Northern Black women's style, or do you think that's an outdated concept? Because I think multiple things can be true at one time, and I just think this is a really really interesting conversation about, you know, Northern culture and Southern culture, and how we all come from the South if you're Black American, ultimately. So I would love to know how y'all think about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. My name is DJ Selby, if you didn't know. I think you should really subscribe, because your boy needs help. And yeah, I'm going to catch y'all in the next episode. Thanks for coming to the cloud. Peace.